last time Ellie was on the stream,
Mhm.
and I made some poor choices with the settings in the streaming software, so it was using like all of my CPU.
No.
Yeah, so I messed
Mhm.
around with it this time, and it's running at about like 13% CPU,
Okay.
so it should be good,
Yeah.
but still be good enough quality for putting on YouTube later.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm. It was pretty exciting.
Yeah. All right, so it just went live on Twitch. We have 6 viewers. Hi, 6 viewers.
Hey.
Let's see who this is. Rossi's watching as usual. Okay, cool. Um,
I see.
oh, now Twitch is saying we're offline, which is definitely not true. There it goes. Okay. Okay, so today the first thing that we're gonna do is I'm gonna log into AWS real fast and fix
Uh-huh.
this cores issue.
Uh,
And while I'm doing that, I'll explain like the rest of what we're gonna do. Um, so over the weekend, I changed a bunch of stuff to get ready for Elm 19 coming out.
uh-huh.
So before this whole browser compiler situation um, was sort of like built into the rest of the application. It was just like a module
Uh-huh.
that lived with the rest of the client over here.
Uh-huh.
But that would have made it really hard to account for the ways that the internal data structures changed between 0.18 and 0.19. So this is a separate thing now with its own build. And it seems to work okay, but I didn't get all the way through the wire up, so we're gonna finish wiring it up, and in the process, talk a little bit about how it works.
Cool.
That sound good?
Yeah.
Any objections?
No.
Cool. Um, so right now I'm just oops. No. I'm just logging into AWS. I made a separate bucket for development versus staging versus production.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, I forgot to do all like the core settings.
That makes sense. I feel like that always like it has such a like I always forget it for some reason. It's like I never think about it whenever I set this stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, I guess you can't see, but I shaved my beard over the weekend too.
Mm.
So I have no
Wow,
beard.
crazy.
I know.
How long has it been?
I think the last time I shaved it off completely was like almost a year ago.
What?
Yeah.
Doesn't it feel crazy?
Yeah, but it's like super hot and humid out in Chicago now, so it's better. Um, which was the same thing that happened last time. Hello.
Hi.
Do you want to tell the viewers about yourself while I'm
Oh yeah,
doing
I
this?
can totally do that. So I'm Teresa, or Tarashka, on normal channels like GitHub or Slack. I made elm-lang, or it's in the making. Still not really done at all.
Nice.
And I work at Nerding with Luke. And I'm in San Francisco right now, which is exciting. I'm here until like the end of the month, but usually I live in Copenhagen. So, yeah. Oh, You watched the presentation. How'd you like it? Oh, this seems like a conversation that should be in real life.
It's good. I'm wasting time over here trying to figure out what I did wrong. So the floor is yours.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like I have a lot of stage fright, so I have to practice on that. But like, usually it works out.
I also greatly enjoyed your presentation from Elm Europe.
Oh, thank you. Do you ever do presentations, Luke?
Yeah, I did 8 last year.
What?
It was too many.
Yeah.
Down to like 3 this year, I think. One is at it's gonna be one was at Oslo Elm Day. The next one will be at ElmConf with you, which was so fun. And then one more at Full Stack Toronto, which is not about Elm. It's just like it's a super fun conference and
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, does it work?
It does.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're on track again. Okay. 13 people are watching. We're becoming quite famous. Okay. So I think one thing yeah, super cool.
Oh. That's pretty funny. Yeah, Tufty is pretty crazy. He's amazing. His books are also so funny, and I think like that just like makes me like people more when they're just like good at their job, but also kind of funny and not too serious about it. It's just so enjoyable.
That is not my password. Uh-oh.
What phone's that?
I don't know where my cell phone is. I'm gonna have to find it real fast. There it is.
The other day, I logged out on my GitHub account, and then I had to get the authentication code, and then I realized that it sends the code to like my Danish number, and
Oh
then I had
no!
to go and set that up and everything. So it was crazy. Totally regret it.
Yeah.
Logging out.
Scott's gonna steal my GitHub identity.
Now all he needs is the phone.
Oh yeah, that's true. You need my phone. Scott, when are you coming back to Chicago? Okay, so the thing I was gonna demo here. I think the chat's one of my more favorite parts of doing this.
Yeah, they're pretty hilarious.
Okay. So one of the things that Ellie has to do is kind of ingest this HTML here and like fix it. So for example, if I go to like the staging site.
Is that open for everyone?
Yeah, anybody can load this, but
sweet.
If you save something, I don't guarantee that it'll be around. And it's on Heroku, so it's going to take forever.
Yeah.
There it goes. So if I just, delete all this stuff
Yeah.
and hit compile. Oh, it's going to take a while because it's the first time. But when it finishes, it'll still work, even though this HTML doesn't really make sense.
Oh, okay.
Because there's this fixer that goes through
Cool.
yeah, it'll ingest your HTML and make sure it has an HTML and a head and a body, and wrap everything in a function that makes sure the window is ready. And in debug mode, in debug compilation mode, it'll also inject a bunch of stuff so that dragging this still works, even though that's an iframe over there.
Yeah. Does it show up in the window, the stuff that you make, or I guess we'll see in a second.
Yeah. I'm not 100% confident in my work, but this should show up as a correct HTML document over here. It's something I discovered on Saturday, is that the library that does this, Cheerio, is a gigantic library. It's 700 kilobytes.
What?
Yeah.
What do you do?
It's a scrape. It's for scraping. If you're in Node and you want to scrape an HTML document, but it also has a jQuery-ish API. So I was using it to fix this HTML. Yeah. So in order to deal with that, this doesn't run in a web worker or anything. So we can just use regular DOM APIs to do this instead. So it works out, fixes it up, and makes it run. So that's something we can look at. So now there's this API called DOM parser that's just in the browser, which is pretty cool.
Does that work for all of the browsers, or is it experimental?
It goes back to IE 10 and Chrome 30, and I think it's been in Firefox for forever, and Safari 7, so it covers all the bases that I want to cover. Yeah, so you can just do you can make a new parser, and you can just parse even invalid HTML. Or it's technically valid, it's just malformed.
Yeah.
And as long as you tell it that it's an HTML document, it'll parse and give you a fully formed document with a head and a body and a closed div.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it drops into the browser's HTML parser to give you this document. Yeah, and it's in the browser, so we don't have to import anything. Yeah, it is cool. It's super cool. Sorry, I didn't mean to click your thing. So the fixer, I rewrote it with this parser API, and I moved it out of. It also used to live in the whole Elm make port that I did from Haskell to Elm. So right now, in the middle of capturing this success scenario in compilation and running the HTML fixer using the script URL that the compiler gives us. So there's some code I wanted to copy and paste out of here. I think it's in here. Yeah. So we need these two functions. And then we're going to use this code right here. read file, get source script. So this is making a choice between if we're compiling this to upload it to S3 or if we're compiling it to view it in the browser. If we're viewing it in the browser, we want to save it to an object URL. And if we are uploading it, we want to just like dump all of the code into a script tag and have it be inline. So yeah, so this looks good. So these functions will do that. What we get back from the compiler in here, this next will have a URL, which is an object URL to a blob that lives just in the browser's cache. And so this get source script will track if we're saving, and if we are, it'll read that back out and inline it, and if not, it'll just give us a script tag with the URL. So do get source script, and we pass that next.url, returns a promise. This is HTML URL now. I think. No, this is script tag string. We can pass this to fix HTML. And what that will give us is another URL that we can just hand to the elm app through the port. Then HTML URL, we do app.ports. This is going to be kind of messy, but we'll do another one of these. If send type success URL, HTML URL, else. So I'm just going to get up for 1 second.
Yeah, no worries.
I like that. Brain sleeves. Okay, and if it fails, it might be easier if we...
Yeah.
Okay, did Ellie introduce you to DOM parser? This is the first time.
Played around with the XML parser, which is also just standard in them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What did you use it for?
I was writing an XML parser in Elm.
Nice.
I was working on this project. So America has all these health statistics available, and I thought it could be fun to visualize some of it. But everything is written in this really terrible XML format.
Yep.
So just playing around with that. But then I was talking to Evan, and there was going to be some changes for like 19, so he was like, you should probably wait. But then I think someone meanwhile wrote something about it. Oh, someone wrote it in pure Elm instead of using native. So,
Oh, gotcha.
so then I haven't looked at it, but it looks pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you planning to use the DOM parser instead of GHCJS?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it does all the things that I needed to do.
Yeah.
But without that extra page weight.
Yeah.
It's also probably faster, although,
Yeah.
who knows. So if this fails, capital F failed, and I think a message. This is going to be an error of some kind. So we can show failures. Otherwise, send to port next. And this runs in a queue. We can lift this up one more level. Yes. Okay. I think this looks pretty reasonable.
Yeah, definitely. So what is this next thing? Would you shift?
It's a bad name. Let's rename it. The next message. So these are inner process messages.
Oh, you said the work. The thing you just.
Yeah. Oh, whoops. Yeah. Should be. So the Elm compiler is running in a separate, quote unquote process. And because it needs to be like separate, like totally separate from the UI LMAP, in order to have multiple compiler versions. So it's sending these messages from a port. So we're
okay.
Yeah. And it's like wrapped in a higher level API than that, but
yeah.
There's like compiler. Yeah. So we pass in this callback that just gets sent these like objects that have info about what's going on, and then we're just passing them straight into a port into the UI. Okay. And I am putting them in a queue so as not to like end up with a ton of stuff happening at once. Hey, Stufel.
Oh, Stefan.
The gang's all here. I'm checking the viewer list right now. Cool. Okay, so let's see if this even runs. Oh no!
Nice.
Failed to execute put. Oh my. Wow, that's weird.
Have you ever seen it before?
No, but that's something I added recently. Shoot. Okay, I was hoping this wouldn't show up in the stream, but I'm doing some things that are bad.
No.
Okay. So I think this is somehow ending up as a property of an object rather than being called.
Oh, this is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Okay, this, yeah. Maybe it's this. So I will compile that real fast.
mm.
That should cause a reload. Ugh.
No. It's a new one though, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks new. Oh shoot, it's the same.
Oh.
This is a bummer.
Nice.
Where's that coming from? Don't understand. I'm so annoyed because this is like really foundational to how things work. Okay, so I guess I might as well just like explain myself and like give a caveat that like this is not things that people should just go do in their LMAPs.
Yeah.
So there's like a ton of dictionaries in elm-lang. And in Haskell, that's cool because there's just like the map data type, and it knows how to assign regular, like any old value as a key. But Elm doesn't really have that. So there's the thing that Noah made called everydict, which uses toString internally to convert keys to something that is comparable, comparable, and I was using that for a while, but it's like really slow. So what this does is it converts any value to a string, and then hashes that string to an int, and then I have a hash dict type that uses int dict internally, so it's faster. But I did something wrong because the function itself is somehow ending up on objects and trying to be saved to IndexedDB, which is why it's crashing.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So this assign hash function is supposed to memoize this like per object. So we pass in the hash and the object that we're hashing, and it creates this like invisible value that we can still access. I just don't know what's happening here. This is the Python algorithm for computing an integer hash.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get this value. Why is okay? So maybe it's because this isn't in one of those wrapper functions that usually happens.
The assign hash, it takes like an object at a second, and then where does the value property come from?
It gets passed in right here.
Oh, but you say on line 24, you say return value, but It's called objects.
Oh, oh
Is
my
that?
gosh, yeah. Thank you.
Oh, cool. That was just it.
I still want to do this though because it's like canonical
Yeah.
to do it. Uh, but yeah, something to clarify to the to the viewers that this is like for all things considered, this is not good Elm practice. It's until proven to be like much faster than what it was doing before. Okay, so let's give that a build and see if it works. Okay. Ugh. Okay, well,
No.
maybe. Oh, um, yeah, maybe let's just clear out all the memory. If this doesn't do it, I'm just gonna.
No. It's an interesting problem, though, so
Yeah.
I'm fully entertained if that's what you're worried about.
Okay. Cool. Well, that's good. Why is this function trying to be passed into? Um, I bet I did the Elm part of this incorrectly because this all looks right to me.
Mm.
Like all these things are returning ints. So let's pop into here. Oh, yep. There's the problem. We are lying to the compiler. This is why you shouldn't do native code. Straight up lying to the compiler. I hope in a future version of Elm, if it like detects that you've somehow gotten it to use your own native code, that it's like it just like spits out a message that's like I'm very disappointed in you right now. Okay, here we go.
Ah, close.
Very close. Hello. So it should be elm-lang core native utils is not defined.
Oh.
Really?
Huh.
Is it just util? No. That's weird.
Oh.
Okay, so if we're in here, yeah, utils.
Huh.
And this should have toString. It does.
Oh.
I don't know why it's failing like that. Where's this code? Where did it go? Native dash. Oh. I just totally did that wrong. Oops. Power level error. That is probably true. It's a good assessment of what's happening right now. Like, I really think it's going to be a lot faster, so it's worth it. Okay, let's see here. It's still on a breakpoint. Reload. Compile.
Oh, no way. Oh, so close.
Pretty close. We're really getting there, though. Q is not defined. What on earth is Q? It's just taking a long time to open the file. Oh, good. It's minified. That's exactly what we wanted. Oy.
Wow, a function R, which took an argument R.
Really, really helpful.
So, very readable.
Yeah, that's not going to help. Is, you know what I bet it is? I bet... No, this isn't even minifying stuff.
Huh, weird. Is it in a package of some sort?
Is it what?
Is it in some module that you import or something?
Oh, I bet that's what it is. Actually, depending on how many lines this file is. Oh yeah, this is most definitely, this is the compiler that's being pulled down from the CDN.
Oh.
Hopefully Q is one of the, yeah, there it is. There's our friend Q.
Right.
Well, no worries. This is, there's 20 minutes left in our time here, which I think is just enough time to fix this. And it'll be fun to touch on this code too.
Yeah.
So this is like the GHCJS situation. So there's a bunch of like Haskell code that I cloned from somebody else who had worked on this previously. This is all this Haskell that's doing channel stuff that I don't really understand. But the end result is once it gets passed through GHCJS, we can just append some JavaScript to this. And it works. So I think what we need to do, this is the original author of this used the Q library for promises, but we have regular promises. So we can just do this instead. Wrap it. Okay, and the same thing down here. I really have no idea how this stuff works. I'm just I know what it returns, and that's good enough. Okay, let's like do a quick grep for Q. Okay, gonna save that, and luckily I don't need to run the Haskell build again because that's kind of a nightmare.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh, so Adam's gonna crash, or maybe not. Hey, look at that. That file's like 12 megabytes.
That's pretty crazy though.
Yeah. Okay, so I will delete those.
So how does this compiler stuff work? Like,
I think the make file demonstrates it. So this Haskell code here wraps the Elm compiler. That's imported. Oh, this is the types. The Elm compiler is imported here.
Yeah.
And so there's a bunch of GHCJS interop stuff happening in this file. And then GHCJS just declared by stack here. We run that on that entry point, and it converts the whole Elm platform to JavaScript.
What?
Yeah. And then this file exposes an interface for us to deal with it in JavaScript directly. And this file gives us like a web worker interface so that we can download this file straight from a CDN and put it in a web worker and then start sending messages and getting code back.
And it just works?
It just works. Yeah, that's the craziest part. My favorite comments at Oslo Elm Day after I like gave a presentation on this were just like, I can't believe that works.
Yeah.
Like, me either.
And so you're actually compiling with JavaScript?
Yeah.
Into JavaScript.
Yeah. And it runs in background workers, so it doesn't block the main thread, even though it's like super computationally intensive.
Yeah. That's such amazing work, Luke. I'm so happy you did that.
I had to give credit to a fellow named Art Yerkes who lives in the Pacific Northwest somewhere, I think, who made Elm Basic Compile.
Oh, cool.
This is the original work, and then I forked this and kind of rewrote Elm Make around it.
Cool.
Yeah, and that all started from a thread on Elm Dev, where Evan was like, somebody should see if this is possible. Turns out
it is.
It totally is. So I just made a syntax mistake. Okay. So that'll be minified, and we can upload it to AWS. This takes a long time because it's a really big file. So I wonder if there's anything we can look at in the meantime. But yeah, so now there's an Elm version on each saved thing in Ellie.
That's neat.
Yeah. And it's optional. Oh, I forgot to add it to the encoder. It's optional because previously there was no such property on things
Yeah.
that are currently being saved right now. So
Mm.
um, so we just say there's like kind of
Yeah.
implicit knowledge there that anything that was saved before this was added is elm-18.
Yeah.
And then the next step, once all this wire up is working, is to kind of wait for the revision to load the first time, which
Uh-huh.
happens update. Which happens right here. So when we get this message in,
Uh-huh.
we will send a message out of a port to load the right compiler version on demand.
Yeah.
This takes so long. It's amazing. But it does a good job. It takes it from 12 megabytes to like 4.5.
Oh, that is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
GHCJS is such an amazing tool.
Is this just the update module for like the Elm editor?
Yeah,
This
this is the whole UI. This is everything you see here.
What? Can we look through it really quick?
Of course. So I guess the update function is the main thing. So the first thing here is there's a key combo module that is like keeping track of shortcuts.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, we can do that? That's amazing.
yeah, so if it's not going to work, but if I hit Command, I think it's Command Shift Enter. Maybe not. Command Enter. Hello. Oh, things are. Oh, right.
Oh.
I'm surprised it didn't trigger the linter.
Yeah.
Oh, it did.
Uh-huh.
Version dot encoder.
Mm.
Using a lot of CPU now. There we go.
How long have you doing this Ellie pairing thing?
A couple weeks now.
Oh, cool. How's it been?
It's so fun.
Mm?
I mean, the folks who've been watching it have been like the same group of folks every time. So
Mm.
I think that's positive. People are enjoying it. This appears to be messing up now. It's not done building. Oh, okay. What was I gonna say? It started off I was just streaming regular work that I was doing, and then kind of on a whim decided, like right after starting at Nowhere Inc., I was like, it'd be cool if the people that I'm working with can come on the stream with me.
Yeah.
Can include them in the fun. So I hit Command Shift Enter. It'll run the compiler, but it is of course still broken, and this is still running.
Alright.
Cool thing though, it's still loading the broken code, but I already deleted the file from the CDN.
Oh. Huh.
So
Is that a cache somewhere?
Yeah, it lives in here.
Oh, cool.
It's just this one entry. It's like a giant blob. 4.7 megabytes.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. The first time that you load the whole thing, um, it'll it'll call into this file.
Mm-hmm.
So it's downloading the script over XHR,
Mm-hmm.
and also letting us track progress events.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it gets it, it'll immediately inject it into InXDB. And then the next time around,
we can just read the log.
Yeah.
Huh.
Where? Yeah, this load blob function calls into InXDB, pulls it out.
Oh, I meant to ask you, how did you talk to Evan about the debugger thing?
Yeah, on Friday.
How did it go?
It was good.
Yeah.
It's just got some general ideas out there, and I think the best thing that came out of the whole conversation was we determined a few things that made sense to be features of the debugger, and a few things that were like, it made sense why people wanted it, but they would be better as like real features of the like first class features of the platform.
Yeah.
So for example, people wanted to be able to save the state of the model at a particular message to like local storage in the browser.
Mm-hmm.
So that when you reload the page after a code change, you can like go back to the place that you were before.
Yeah.
But like the real feature there is just like regular hot reloading.
Yeah.
So that won't make it into the debugger, but it will make it into the platform.
Yeah. That'd be super cool.
Yeah. A lot of the stuff is just like UI questions. Like people want to visualize what's happening in their update function and what's the best way to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then we talked about some other stuff too, like minification of Lmaps and GraphQL and stuff like that.
Yeah. What? How'd you get into GraphQL?
I had this like running list of things I wanted to ask Evan about. Like, I'm of the opinion that GraphQL should be like a compile time thing.
Yeah.
Since you can generate types from the GraphQL schema and like no DSL for a GraphQL query is going to be as good as the GraphQL language.
Yeah.
So a possibility, and this is true for WebGL shaders too. It's just like being able to import a WebGL file, a shader file, or being able to import a GraphQL file and just like have it be Elm when it appears in your code. So it's like it automatically exports a particular name and you just use that.
Yeah.
Because that way you get like all the tooling around a GraphQL file or a shader file.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, so if there's any like graphical tools that people use to generate those kind of things, then they still work and you can just import them.
Huh.
It's taking so long. Probably because I have all kind of other stuff running. So it seems like we're gonna run out of time.
No.
But we'll hang out for 4 more minutes. What other Elm plot stuff is on the horizon?
So I want to do like the responsive SVG situation better, because right now it's like you can mess things up pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, I think that might go into the next version. I think after I finish this like hint situation, then I might put it out. So that'd be pretty exciting. Also, I feel like I've been working on this version for like forever, and it's just so much better than the old one. So
Cool.
yeah,
That's so exciting.
yeah, it's pretty exciting. What else there's?
I want to use it at work.
Yeah, me too. I was like thinking of talking to product whether we could like get some plots in somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like I don't even know if we have. We must have some teacher data we can like visualize or something.
Totally.
But besides that, then yeah, just making like the whole ticks and grits easier to work with.
Awesome.
And like I want to create like a better API for creating default ticks so you can calculate it on its own. So you can kind of put in the numbers that you prefer. So like if you want your numbers to end with like 0 or 5, or if 2.5 is good, or like all these things, so you can have like priority numbers and then they'll calculate some numbers which are nice.
Nice.
So yeah.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of like small like just neat UI things or like easy, and like the creating like making it easy to do time series and helpers and stuff like that. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
There's some folks out in Boston who they're building a database that's designed for time series.
Oh.
And
cool.
they're building this like visualization tool to include with it. That's all in Elm.
Oh,
so
maybe I should talk to them.
Yeah, for sure. I'll send you the name of a person to reach out to.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be great. Yeah, I'm also looking for like a more real color scheme. Although I'm gonna keep the pink somewhere in there, but I also need some more colors which are like actually like works for colorblind and
oh sure,
and
yeah.
stuff.
I want to do that for Ellie as well. Like have a high contrast theme because like this is definitely not accessible.
Yeah. Did you design this on your own entirely? That's pretty cool.
I just I looked at Dribble. I just like people's concepts of text editors on Dribble.
Yeah.
Okay, so this just finished, and I uploaded it, so we're gonna see if it works again. What the heck? Okay, there should be no... Why is that still there?
But it already saved the new version of it? Oh, bye-bye.
We'll see you next time. There we go. Okay. Alright, so this, please work, because it's the last thing we're going to do this morning. Hey, it's compiling. Alright, so the real victory, though, will be if it does the HTML correctly. Okay, so once we're done, I'm gonna we'll sign off. We'll see who we are, and then I'm gonna put this on YouTube.
Okay, cool.
Actually, I should be asking people if they're okay with me putting the stream on YouTube. Is that cool? Okay.
Nobody's objecting.
I mean, you specifically, the guest.
Right. No, that's totally cool. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sorry, I didn't even. I took it for granted completely.
Woo.
this is a perfect ending of this hour, though. That it just works.
Ah!
No.
Okay, but we can totally fix it. It's still close enough.
Oh, real
Um,
quick.
that's in here. There we go.
Silly.
All right, my fingers are crossed.
Yeah.
Ugh. Wait a minute. Oh, it's a file. Okay. Okay, last little change. There we go. The file and URL APIs are some of the most amazing APIs in the web platform, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the time. I can feel it. I'm not gonna make any bets though. Ugh.
Huh. Is it
Really?
URI? Or is it... Oh no, it is.
Did I spell it wrong? No function was... Really? That's weird.
Nice.
I've never even seen that before. Oh, this is in a different place now.
Oh.
That's out here. But it still looks right.
Huh.
Maybe this wasn't supposed to be... Maybe this was correct. I can't remember what the error even was now. Well, we're out of time, so we got pretty close.
Yeah, it was super fun. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, thanks for joining me. Do you want to just like say who you are and stuff for anybody who might have...
I'm Teresa. I work at Neuralink with Luke and work on Elm-lang in my spare time. And I'm Tarashka on GitHub if you want to check out. And yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you. I'll see you at work in like soon.
Yeah. I'll see you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Vær så god.
Vær så god.